Alright, I'm just going to do a quick little video on how to use the universal tube lock. So first off, what you want to do is take your extension set and you want to make sure that the clip for the tube lock goes over. It's a little bit, you have to kind of squeeze it a little bit, which of course is made of the new TPU, which is nice and flexible. But you kind of squeeze it like this to get it over the tubing. And then you connect your feeding tube like that, and you want to make sure that this purple part is vertical like that. That'll make it easier to fit in the end there. And then what you want to do is just slide this guy, the cap part, down this little slit. That's what that's for. I'm going to slide it in there, and like I said, make sure that purple part is orientated vertically. And this works for the AMT extension set as well as the Mickey, which I'm using the Mickey extension set here, but it works equally as well for both, hence the name Universal. So they're a little bit stiff at first, but they should pop open. You can just push the tubing right in there. As you can see, that's why you need it vertical. And then you just kind of slide it up so that the med port is nicely seated in there. And then you take this guy and slide it over. And just like that. Sometimes that has to be pulled out a little bit. That's nice and snug and not going to come loose. And then if you need to access the med port, you just pop that cap off, and you can still access the med port without disconnecting the whole system. And you can pop the med port back in, just kind of tuck it back in there, and put the cap back on. That's nice and snug. And then to get it off, it's just the reverse. So we want to pull this guy off. They're a little bit tight, but if they weren't tight, they wouldn't work very well. And then we're going to pull this apart, and I'm just pushing with my finger here to pull that out. Slide it out like that, and then disconnect the food, and then squeeze this guy like this, and that should fit over the med port. It's a little bit tight, but it definitely works. So that's how to use the new universal tube lock.